We're back with the pretend Amish lantern. So, we'll be using that shortly. Right now, there is light in this, what do you call it? Parking lot. But we will be leaving the parking lot and driving on the interstate. It's a little past 3 a.m. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. Steak and Shake is no longer 24 hours. We closed at 2 o'clock. It is the weekend. We will be closing at midnight during the week. It's kind of cool because, see, there goes an angry customer. You don't know if he's angry. He's probably a little disappointed. He didn't look angry. A lot of them are angry. The ones that come through like really late, if we're closed, like they expect you to be open, you know? Because most Steak and Shakes are open 24/7. But honestly, it's pretty surprising that ours has remained open 24/7 because it's such a fucking shit show. Like, it's pretty chaotic, you know? You can't get anything done, you can't get anything clean. Stuff can't stay stocked because you always got people coming in. So this is actually the most logical option. It just sucks because, like, it's screwed up everybody's schedule. And those of us that really like staying up all night and working in the late graveyard hours, we're no longer able to do that. But it is kind of cool because we can all like chill in the parking lot or go to the bar that's literally right across the street. That's what we used to do. I don't even drink, and this excites me more than it excites any of my employees who drink all the time. So that's a little weird, but I think that I'm pretty rare when it comes to, like, you know, quitting stuff, and like just the way that I handle situations is usually like the complete opposite of how like most people handle situations. I find it easiest to stay sober in bars. A lot of people don't understand this, but it seems like logical to avoid situations where you would be tempted, but like I'm not tempted when I'm surrounded by temptation. I'm tempted when I'm at my house and it's just like a thought in my head. And I also think that it's actually better to put yourself in temptation. Like, if you put yourself in that kind of a circumstance, it'll test your faith. And some people do, you know, I guess they're just not strong enough to do that shit, but Aimless over here, we're pretty badass. So I just think it's weak-minded. You know, if you're like, I can't go to the bar. I can't go to the bar, there's alcohol there. Well, duh. Shit. There's alcohol a lot of places. In fact, a lot of places people are drunk and you just don't know. I mean, I know it because I smell it. But it's like you think the only place you can be drunk is a bar. Shows what you know. Okay. On comes the Amish lantern. The pretend Amish lantern. This is the Mennonite lantern. Can y'all see me? Kinda, sorta, not really. See my scary ass face? See? There still ridiculous. I already know, baby. So, I really love being alone. As lonely as it gets sometimes, it's pretty rewarding. And I know that there are probably people that don't understand that. Like my friend Jenny Kunzweiler, she keeps telling me like, well, when you find that person, I'm like, go fuck yourself, Jenny. That's not gonna fucking happen. Mainly, it's because I have something in my head, which I've mentioned before. If I was cooler and my timing was better, I would have said aforementioned. Yeah, that does sound cooler. It really does. Well, there's something in my head that's existed in my head since I can remember existing. It's called the love porno. And I say it in this accent because it's 1,000 times better than reality. It's 1,000 times better than any actual relationship I've ever been in. Now, granted, the beginning of a relationship is always the best part for obvious reasons. The beginning is usually the best. Unless it's like, I don't know, like a really good TV show with like an amazing finale or something like that. You know, I don't know. But it's like very rare the shows start out shitty and you're like, I'm gonna keep watching this, you know, and then it gets better and better, you know. It's usually the other way around. Relationships always jump the shark at some point, you know, and it's hard to jump back because like once it gets to that point in a relationship. Now I've seen this with friendships too, where it's just like, man, I don't really want to hang out with you anymore. Our friendship isn't what it used to be. And that always sucks, you know, when that happens. Because this person that you thought you were so close to and nothing will ever tear us apart. All that. Who's that band? inxs. inxs, you know, all that inxs shit. You know. But the thing is, like, life is all but a dream, right? That's really depressing. Like, I really appreciate the people in my life, but at the same time, it's like, I just feel like I'm so distant. You know, like, I'm just always somewhere else. And because of that, it just makes it really, really hard to communicate. Like, even if I'm talking and even if I'm present, it happens at my parents' house all the time. Like, my mom will just be talking to me and it's like, I feel like I'm holding my own head up. I think Bill Burr has like mentioned this, like listening to women talk is such a task. Because they just talk and talk and talk, and don't get me wrong, I know that I do this too. But I know that I do it, you know, like I'm aware of it, and I'm like, Jesus, shut up. You know? Like, I can talk forever. And at some point, I just want to shut up. I just want to be completely silent. And if there is a heaven, I think it's a place where I can just be quiet. Like, really and truly, really quiet. And not say a goddamn thing. And I won't have any thoughts keeping me up. And I won't be obsessing about shit, worrying about shit, obsessing about shit again. And I know it's just the way that it is. There's nothing I can really do about it. I just accept it and I try to make the most of it. But it's fucking annoying. you know? Once again, I'm not trying to play the victim. I must stress that because it's so easy to do, and I see far too many doing it. And it's like, it's just, something better. Oh, shit. Sorry, y'all. You really should be apologizing to your car. I'm sorry, Fiona. I'm sorry. Mommy doesn't know how to drive. Just kidding. I'm sorry, Fiona. Daddy doesn't know how to drive. There's this chick I work with who calls me daddy. She got real jealous today because I called somebody else baby. I'm like, dude, I call all the black girls baby. Calm down. Y'all can take turns owning me. It's fine. Oh my God, what was that? Did y'all hear that? That was a scary sound. Anyway. Her name's Kira. She's like one of my favorite people in the world. And the first day I met her, she was like, thanks, Mama. Like, she thanked me for this shake that I made her. And I was like, it's Daddy. She was like, oh, all right. Thank you, Daddy. So that's what she's been calling me ever since. That's cool. I've noticed that, like, black people always have, like, names for you. Like, if you tell them to call you something, they'll always call you that. White people, not so much. White people have really lame names. But, like, black people always have really cool nicknames. Like, I had this friend of mine, her name was Woo Woo. Like, her real name was Alexis, but, like, her street name was Woo Woo. Like, everybody called her Woo Woo. There was this other guy that I talked to, like, he was my old drug dealer, and, like, his name was Sydney. But everybody called him Maurice. This wasn't like his nickname, like, it wasn't like his middle name or anything like that. It was just what people called him. He was like, I don't want people to refer to me by my government name. I was like, I understand that, honey, I really do. To all y'all in the vortex, I don't think that any of you motherfuckers hate the government as much as I do. But that's mainly because I really hate authority figures. And I really hate people that take advantage of other people. Not to say that I haven't done that. Maybe that's just me projecting hating myself. But it's like a lot of this stuff that I see in the news, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, a lot of the stuff that I see on social media, social networking and shit, it's just like, everybody's projecting, you know? Nobody knows how to be accountable for anything that they say and do anymore. Not that they ever did, it's just really obvious now that that's not something that anybody wants to do. I guess it's just harder to deny it now because it's just so out in the open. So if anybody has some glaring defect of character, it's like all the selfies that they take cancel out their awareness of that glaring defect of character. It's like they can't comprehend that, like, all the bad things about themselves, you know, they have a part to play in that, you know. Now granted, a lot of people are fucked up in the head because of fucked up shit that happened to them when they were a kid, you know? Like a lot of people that are narcissistic, it's because they grew up with, like, narcissistic parents. And I think that there's this choice that you make at some point. It's like, alright, either I can allow this to shape who I am for the better and strive to be better than the people that raised me, or I can live up to that. You know, I can be just another replica of everything that I hate with somebody else. And like I can just keep using that as an excuse as to why I behaved badly today. And that's just so fucking lame. Like, do you really want to do that for the rest of your life? Just blame your dad for everything? I mean, I did that for a little while. And I'll admit that it kind of felt empowering. You know, like the victim mentality, the reason why it's so corrosive is because it feels empowering. You feel like you can take charge with this like vindictive anger. But it really doesn't destroy anything but you. In the end, you're just doing yourself a disservice because you're not realizing how much time and energy you're wasting being angry. Especially when you don't really accomplish anything. Just a bunch of hot air, you know. That's kind of how I see all these protest rallies. It's like, in a way, I think that protesting might be a good thing. Because it's like, hey, all these people come together and they feel the same way. And it seems like, oh, like, we can accomplish something. But very rarely do people actually do. Unless you count, like, Antifa throwing bricks at people and shit. I guess they've accomplished something. I guess they showed those fascists who's the real fascist. That's what they showed them. The thing is, like, what's the point in calling somebody a fascist if you don't even know what the word means? Same with racist, sexist, all this other shit. I think Orwell said that fascism, to a lot of people, it's just shit that they don't agree with, shit they don't like. What a world. You know, I don't want to be one of those people that's just constantly blaming the government, but at the same time, it's like, hello. I mean, it's just so frustrating. But I don't think it's just the government. It's like, I have a friend of mine that works for the IRS, and like, she was telling me that you get a front row seat to the shit show. I heard the same thing from a cop. It's just people that have positions of power, like, this is why it's dangerous. Those people need to be held, like, especially accountable for their actions. Like, anybody that has any kind of position of power, anybody that is certified to do anything, if they take advantage of that in any kind of way, there should be jail time. Like, seriously, they need to start enforcing shit like that. And that's anybody and everybody. I mean, I look at just being in food service. You know, you're in a position of power. Like, really, I don't know why people are mean to motherfuckers that make their food. That's not smart, you guys. That's not smart. Now, I don't fuck with anybody's food, but I've met a lot of people who have. And you just never know. You never know, like, the kind of person you're going to be dealing with. So, it's just, it would make sense to be nice to people. That would make sense, but it would also make sense to, you know, be held up to a higher standard. Like, if everybody would hold themselves to a higher standard, this world would be a much better place. But I think that the reason why people don't hold themselves up to high standards is because they make these excuses as to, oh, well, everybody else is a failure. Everybody else is a disappointment. Everybody else is a fucking shithead. And it's like, okay, well, that doesn't rationalize, like, you being a shithead. I mean, you know the whole saying, 2 wrongs don't make a right, but, you know, 1,000 wrongs. I think I've said this before. Long ass time ago. I mean, like, I used to steal the fuck out of Walmart, and I justify it. because, you know, they're pretty fucking evil, those Waltons. But that didn't make my action appropriate. That didn't make what I was doing acceptable. So I don't think that people understand that it's not something that you can justify all because, like, oh, these people over here have done the wrong thing, so that makes it okay for me to do the wrong thing too. Like, that's just stupid as logic. You know, so if you're complaining about these people over here being terrible, why are you being terrible? Like, that you can't cancel something out, you know. I wish it worked like that, though. That would be convenient if it did. I'm sorry, I paused for a second because I saw like 3 fucking cops. I'm like, why the fuck? I hate cops. I really do. Speaking of authority, fuck authority. I mean, they're just sitting over there. They're just like sitting in the street, like just fucking waiting for somebody to speed or some shit. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck the police. Anyway, I don't say that because I'm trying to be cool. I don't think it's cool to. I mean, personally, like, if the police do any good, like, that's great, you know? But what good are they doing just, like, hanging around in a fucking church parking lot waiting for somebody to come speeding past them, you know? I mean, fucking lame, you know? They have way too many police in areas where they don't need police. And then, you know, Portland, Oregon, where they have a major Antifa problem, it's like the police are nowhere to be found. Isn't that funny? Portland's also, like, run by Democrats, so that might have something to do with it. Anyway, it just annoys me. Like, same with Chicago. Chicago is, like, crazy violent, and there are certain parts that the police don't go. It's like, what's the point in signing up for a job where you serve and protect if you run away like a little pansy bitch whenever you're asked to do that? Fucking pigs. Anyway, I don't hate cops. I don't hate cops. I just hate the lazy ones and I hate the bad ones, okay? The good ones, awesome. You're doing a great job. I'll buy you a drink. I know you need a drink. You're probably an alcoholic, right? Hold on. I need to go see if I have any mail. I do this to Fiona pretty much every night except for Sundays. She feels abandoned for about 15 seconds when I go over to the mailbox. And I always feel bad because I feel like a bad mommy / daddy. But she's gonna have you, Vortex. She's gonna have you to keep her company. So, could you talk to her a little bit? Just tell her that I'll be right back. Because I tell her that, and she makes this noise. She's like, come back, come back, come back, come back. My door is ajar. Come back. I'll be right back. I don't know why I tell you guys that I'll be right back. It's like I learned absolutely nothing from the movie Scream. You guys like this? Look at this shit. Hold up. No, you gotta show them over here. Hold up. I don't know if this registers. It glows in the dark, you guys. How cool is that? That's right. I still get excited when shit glows in the dark. Didn't I tell y'all about my glow-in-the-dark swastika tattoos? You can only see in the black light. I'm just kidding. You have to clarify that you're kidding, you know, or else they'll really believe this shit, because, you know, people are pretty stupid these days. Not that I think that my subscribers and my followers or whatever the fuck are that stupid, but you never know. Oh, well, my friend Jenny, she gave me that pretty cool keychain. She knows I love insects. I'm pretty sure that's an actual insect, too. I think it's a beetle. Oh, anyway. Oh, shit, I almost ran into the wall. Speaking of the wall, when's Donald Trump gonna build that motherfucker? He keeps saying it. A lot of people don't understand the immigration crisis. It's pretty complicated. I'll do another video on it because I just don't feel like getting into it because it's very complicated. And for a long time, I didn't really understand what was going on. But now that I understand it, I can't really go back to not understanding it. You know, it's kind of like, once you have a clearer conception of how things really are, like, the main difference that I see between the two main conflicting ideologies of liberalism and conservatism is that liberalism focuses on the tiny dot. Conservatism focuses on the bigger picture. I used to think it was the opposite. Now, I think that there are, like, exceptions to this rule for sure. And I think that, you know, like both of the, I wouldn't say the philosophies, but I would say that the political parties have definitely flip-flopped on all these issues. But we shouldn't pay attention to the parties because the parties don't matter. In fact, the parties are just a distraction. What matters is the values. And if you have values, personally, now I don't like Bernie Sanders, you guys know this, but I think that the motherfucker does have values. Because he's managed to stay strong in his convictions for 40 years, which is pretty impressive, if you ask me. I know you're not asking, but I wish you did. Like I said, don't agree, think he's wrong about everything. But at least he's managed to stay consistent. So, anyway. I know it seems like I really like talking about politics. I actually don't like talking about politics. I kind of wish I could stop talking about politics. But I really can't, because this is like a regular thing, you know? Like, this is our life. This is reality. And so for us to, like, avoid what's going on, I mean, you know me, I talk about all kinds of shit. But it always seems to bounce back into reality, because you can't not be in reality. Like that dream I was talking about. That dream is a lot like reality, but, you know, it's better because it's a dream. So, as lonely as I get, man, I still have that dream. And nobody can compete with it. So don't think for a second that you can distract me from it. Because it's always there. You sound so sinister. I really am. Hey, say hi, you guys. Say hi before we go. Hello. 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 Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty. Hi. Hi. Well, they obviously want food. That's all I'm good for, apparently. That and pets. Well, I'll see you later. Goodbye.